WIIFTBP
WIIFTBP Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP Media's just for you and me.
Jackson. If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like me said. Randy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we about 60 years old. I be done had a heart.
You gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
Yeah. All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that? Yeah.
I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this family.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
Yeah, man. Ideas, man. Ideas.
You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see. that you wanna be free. You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free. Let's go. Standing my ground, I can't mess around now. It's like my time is in a bottle, captured by your love, yeah. Now I know women's got this thing going on. We can't stay around so long, but I wanna come correct. Baby, get your foot off my neck. You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. Understand clearly, that you wanna be free. It's the time that you spend making me think within. It's the trust still beginning. Fade away from beginning of the day. I can see you trembling times, and I can see you wondering mine. Is it me considered? You just with it. See, you don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see, baby, that you wanna be free. You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free, yeah. I'm just trying to be the best I can. You can call me the troubling man. Matter of fact, I'm from the side of the street. Baby girl, you're calling on me at the time that I feel the presence around me. Something that I can't let go. It's your time, everything around me there. I just wanna hold on, but you don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free. I just wanna come correct, best I can. Baby, get your foot on my neck. And just before you just leave, baby, I've been trying to tell you I can breathe. You don't have to find me, baby, baby. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you want me free. Down pressure, baby. Just why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Wake up in the morning with the frown on my face, 'cause I know it's another day that I gotta face now. For people I don't wanna see, working at a job that I don't wanna be, breaking my back to the bone with nothing to show. But I got dreams and goals. But as soon as I clock in, I'm ready to go. So there's one thing I gotta know: why money ain't free? Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? Give it to me. I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money? Why can't you just give it? Why can't you just give it? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free?
Working in that 9 to 5, got your girl hella tired. Why won't they let me be? Now I understand why my mama always used to ask that I think money grew on trees. I got these bills after bills and they just keep coming. Working overtime but my pockets ain't flooding. Yeah, my funds low. A dog life is scared.
Why money ain't free?
Why it ain't free?
Why can't you just give it
Why
to
can't
me?
they just give it to
I
me?
don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather
Keep doing me.
Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep you and me. Why money ain't free?
How the money ain't free. Every 5 minutes kids bothering me. They seem to think that money grows on trees. Always asking for allowance and clean one thing. Sick and tired of my funds being low. Spent the whole bag on the groceries at the store. Got a little something, but I need a little more. And I'm a single mama, you should already know.
Why money ain't free?
Why the money ain't free?
Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it
Won't
to
you
me?
give it to me?
I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free?
Why the money ain't free? Why money ain't free?
Why money ain't free? Yeah, why money ain't free?
WIIFTBP.
So this is what I'm going to do. Next, I want you to look up at the screen. See back there. So that's you in the corner, down at the bottom. That's the audience. Now, what I am going to ask you all to do is give my brother the biggest round of support. Show him some Chicago love. And in the midst of that, then Riis, I want to hear, and then I want to hear, hey, Ness. At one point, I'm gonna have to go, yeah. So it's gonna be a point, and y'all gotta be watching, cause he's gonna be like, yeah, and I'm gonna be like, yeah. The other thing I think it will be dope. Y'all know, y'all go to Jay-Z, y'all go to everybody else. Y'all know the songs cause y'all been with me every morning. Y'all be here every morning. So I want y'all. Look, we gonna make our own music video. Everybody turn around, look back there. We gonna make it, cause I've been trying to get Ness to make a video for me. So I'm gonna make my own damn video. So this is what I'm gonna ask y'all to do. On the count of 3, I'm gonna ask y'all to give my man Loch Ness Monster, better known as Ness, the biggest round of support and show that Chicago ain't the city of hate. It's the city of love when it's our own. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's make some noise. Yeah. Come on.
The Ruthie more for Todd, Stoger, and my host, Kyle Jackson. So ask him every single day, what's in it for the black people?
If you don't like it, you can still tell them May said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Dress is back. Lesbian in black. He was just a tired act. Must have been desired. Naked on that body cam. So they couldn't touch a lot of hair. Mask me at 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. Short chill, a lot of riots happening in the town. Southside burn, and they couldn't let the bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the bow. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna set you down. Play ball, entertaining, crack jokes. Government investing black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. There's play ball, entertaining, crack jokes. Government investing black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, or what day you get to finish. We need some different players in the game to handle business. So many shady characters like Madigan and Blago, but when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters is what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, and they get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get their steal on. Looking for a block to throw them Hellcat wheels on. Lizards get bogus, appraisals and red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry can stay with the pipe. But
paranoid gun laws giving minimal rights. Head on a swivel, make sure I'm moving sight. Keep all of my mirrors when I pull into the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he called a flight. He was kind of nervous, man, it's the way of life. Look, we sing, dance, play ball, entertain and crack jokes. Government invested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain and crack jokes. Government invested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milk is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us. Yeah. Blago woke up on that footage.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, in the building, and we are doing our thing. That's right. It is the Monday after. It's the Monday after, man, and I'm still hanging out with my cousin because this was a banging. I just want to say thank you, man. You know what? Y'all lucky I didn't get a hold of my I ain't have enough time. I was at Cat Williams last night. If I wouldn't have went to Cat Williams last night, I would have y'all would have got a grateful this morning too. Cause Riis, I was thinking back to, well, let me back up. What's up, y'all? This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man. It's the Monday after. I am flying solo dolo. Well, actually, I'm not flying solo dolo. Because you know how we do. You know I can't really fly the plane without my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. DJ Riis the Ruler! How you feeling, man? How you feeling this Monday morning? I'm sorry I stole your job. I was feeling kind of swaggy, man. Because we kind of did the thing on... We kind of did the thing on Friday, bro.
Oh, yeah. I'm blessed by the best. You already know the rest. If you missed Friday, I know you got to work, but, man, it was lit. And we ain't even, and that was so lit, but the way we rocked it all the way to the end, man, it was crazy. But we definitely did our thing at the telethon, man. Definitely.
Hey, Joe. I'm going to tell you, I got some observations and some things I think we probably needed to Riis, what I recognized is, as I was going back looking at the video, and I very rarely go back and look at video, because, like, the way I feel is once the show is done, it's in the can, and I keep moving because I don't want to get stuck. But is that it was a made for, so I know y'all didn't want to tell me, because I know y'all was probably like, we should have did this on Saturday. I know y'all was like, he gonna get mad though, because he made up the idea himself, so he ain't go. So y'all ain't say nothing. But I think what we gotta do is think about made for video, TV, like broadcast. Mm-hmm. And like, I don't know if you've ever been to like the Soul Train Awards and stuff. We'll talk about it a little bit later. But like when you go to award shows, there is no movement. Like once the show starts, you can move on the commercial breaks, but you gotta sit in your seat because you can't have just a big hole in the audience. Because then it throw your joint off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Right? So, like, when you see the videos, it'll be like somebody went to go get something. You hold my seat. And then they keep the seat empty. And then it's like, so, I couldn't get my close-ups. Like, you know how when you be watching the award shows and then they cut to the people in the audience, then I could have put your name right there. I could have been like Cassandra Matz.
But they was moving around.
But they was moving around and getting up and, hold my seat. But I'm going to tell y'all, I had a blast. It was great to see everybody. And we haven't finished up the final tally, but we're definitely over 10K. Right? And I think after expenses, we have going to have raised $10,000, which is exciting in and of it. Come on, people. That's not what I'm trying to do. I want that out. What in the what? All right, Riis, I'm back. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Man, I've been hitting the buttons, man, and it's the I need the other one on. Yeah, y'all. So it's the Maze Jackson Show. I hope y'all come back. Don't leave me. Please don't go away from me.
I'll be there for you when you call my name. 197.10. Oh, okay. Yep. Got it. It is right there. So, y'all, it is the Mace Jackson Show. They trying to stop us from being great, but it's okay. They can't because we are the greatest. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. All right, y'all. It is the Mace Jackson Show. I cannot wait. Hey, Riis, I got some extra cuts up out the joint. So at 7 o'clock, y'all got to stay tuned because we going to do the Dante What's in It for the Black People remix. Right? Riis, I got your joint out there. You should have seen yourself when Terrorism came on, dog.
I was lit, man.
You was boy.
I know my family was like, I see that's your song, huh?
I think that's everybody's song, Joe. Hey man, I really had a good time. I really did. I think Tyrone got scared. He punked out on the battle, Joe. Yeah, he punked out the battle. He got so nervous about the battle, he ain't even want to come through with the slushy machine because he thought Ruthie was gonna try and jump on him. It's okay though, because I don't even think the way Miko was doing them drinks. First of all, and I'm gonna just tell you and Ruthie, y'all be cracking me up because how y'all drinking on the job, man? How's y'all drinking on the job? I'm trying to find Ruthie. She at the bar. She and Miko was making sandwiches in your cup. It'd be like shrimp and bacon and hamburgers and French fries and.
That's what happened though. You know, I'm sitting in there and I'm going past and like I ain't gonna get one. Ruthie like, Riis, what you doing? Get your drink. So I said, the peer pressure got me. I'm drinking mimosas. I don't know what we did.
What y'all tequila mimosas? What?
But Ruthie took off for a minute. It was at one point where Ruthie was just gone. Like she was just gone.
Gone. Like, oh, you got this, Mace. I was look, New Era Chicago, Sadiq. I did like 5 interviews. We did 3 whole music sets. Ruthie came back. It's all right, though. It's all right. I understand. Man, Riis, I shout out to everybody who made it possible. And, you know, my Mace for Governor sign. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah, man. That was dope.
They was in the front row blocking everybody, but it was all good. Can I tell you one of my favorite moments of the whole thing? And then we gonna come back. Was when Boosie was on the live video.
So I would have took off with Dante.
And she was like, oh my God. And dog, it's funny because I was walking through the crowd and I was like, who is this? You know how you know somebody, but you can't. I was like, Dante. I felt bad for Maurice Mahan.
That's how I was. Well, you know, because he said that, ironically, Maurice Mahan is who taught him how to sing the song. So it was like, good. But no, it was just so crazy because they like, hey, man, can you play this on the board? And so I'm looking at the song. I'm like, Dante here? You know what I'm saying? Because I read the name of the song. And so then I look and see him. And then I'm like, man, but one take, he went that and smoked that.
he did the, what was that? That's how he did the, when Prince did, what? Remember in Purple Rain when he did like 2 songs and walked off the stage? Yeah. And they was like, that's how you do. He did one. I tried to get him to do another. He was like, no.
He smoked. Yeah, it was on fire.
But it's all right because the rendition was 11 minutes. So he did a whole little, wait a minute.
This song don't have no bridge, so we gonna
have
a bridge. Black people bridge.
Wait, but it's a democracy. Look, I got that though. So y'all got to tune in at 7 o'clock. Because at 7 o'clock, Riis, we going to go back to the road, right? And, hey, I want to also let y'all know we are still taking contributions, raising money for our billboards. It is WIIFTBP Media. Cash App is $WIIFTBP Media, or it's admin@WIIFTBPmedia.com for PayPal and Zelle. All right, Riis, it's the Mace Jackson Show. But you know what? Just as we were ending, the verdict came down. That Killer Kyle got off. And Riis, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm torn. I don't really know that. Well, first of all, I'm tuning in to Tucker Carlson tonight. I don't care what y'all say. I'm tuning in to Fox tonight because you know he doing the interview with Tucker Carlson tonight. Killer Kyle. Did you know what he said too? He said he actually supports Black Lives Matter. He said it ain't got nothing to do with race. He said it had to do with his self-defense. So, Riis, I don't know if people think I've been trolling, but I really don't know that this black people business like that. And I know that we love vicarious justice because we don't get it. But I just don't know if this is our thing, Riis. I just don't know. So we're going to talk about that at 7 o'clock. Riis. Hey, Riis. Psst. You can't be you can't be posting that if you're going to be the Bears reporter, man. It's like they going to be looking at you like you ain't going to never get a question in. You ain't going to never get a question in, Riis. They going to be like, dog, they going to be like, I saw you. Riis, we know they trash. But you, Riis, as the soon-to-be Bears correspondent, who was just on the Zoom call, who left me to go do the Bears, Riis.
Got a good question.
Riis. That's because they knew you was going to post. They trash. Riis, nobody want to talk to nobody that call them names.
Yes, they do, Steven. They do it every day.
But he got how much money? But he get paid for that specifically.
And see,
he gets paid to take the arrows.
I can get paid for that too. I just, oh man, Justin. I mean, to me, I don't know what's going on.
Hey, I was there when you. Hey, now let me tell you something. And you know what? Riis? God don't like ugly. As soon as that happened, you know what I thought about? You know what I thought about, Riis? I thought about you. I thought you can't be wishing no injuries upon no people. And I remember when poor Andy Dalton got hurt. And then old Justin get hurt, same kind of way. And all I can remember is Riis coming in with his hands stretched up like it was a touchdown.
Stretching, man.
I got you, Riis. I got you. How ironic was it, though, that Andy Dalton comes in and throws 2 touchdowns only to be let down by the defense with 30 seconds left on the clock?
Or did the white man design plays to make him look better? Because the plays that Andy Dalton was doing, I did not see Justin Fields, though. When I see Justin Fields back there, it'd be like, throw the ball 2 yards, do this. Then the white man get back there. He can pass the ball.
That's because he is a traditional quarterback. He's a classic quarterback. Justin Fields is a multi-talented. So they want to turn every black quarterback into Michael Vick. But it's okay though, Riis. I'm just telling you. That was a letdown of, hey man, and I don't like Tony Romo when he be calling the games, dog, because he be just a little too honest. I'd be like, Tony, I appreciate your analysis when it's somebody else, but I don't like when he called the Bears games. I just don't. Got it? I don't. I really don't. All right. Oh, check this out, y'all. So I'm going to try to work in collaboration. Did you all know that they are reviewing the gang database? So they are right now, open public comment is available on the CPD website on your thoughts on the gang database, what should happen, how it should. I would like to see us comment on that, right? I'd like to see if anything that we talk about is incorporated into the gang database. Riis, you in the gang database? Look. What you was, Riis?
No, sir. I'm not
Riis.
in the gang database.
Riis, you wasn't in the gang database?
I am.
Oh, was you in the organization database? See?
What the law put down there and what
Riis, what would they have put in there? What would they have put you in there under?
I do not.
He is from out west, man. So I know we can't. If you're from out west, you can only be from like one block and be folks. Like 2 blocks, really, because I don't think it is nothing. I don't think there really is that many GDs, any BDs, anything out west like that.
They out there, there's nothing.
Barely. And you from out west, Riis, so we're going to have to figure out what. But you know what? You did tell us you was from that block where, you was with the folks, Riis? Is that what it was? Look, Riis, like, yeah, hey, man, I understand, Riis. It's cool. It's cool. Day's over. So when you was, though, what y'all think Riis was? Guess. All right, y'all. Look, hey, y'all Riis from out west. He went to he was probably like one of them. Like, what's like the mixed gang, right? Like I could see, like, nah, you're not like you probably be like one of them, like a Simon City Royal type dude, right? Or you be all, the mixed. All right, hold on, let me stop because I don't want no problems. I don't really want no problems, so I'm gonna stop this right now. But Riis, we all gonna figure it out. Yup. Hey, y'all trying to figure out who Riis was plugged with when he was in the. Just put it in the chat. Don't tell nobody. Just put it in the chat. All right. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Have y'all been looking at the Chicago Coulee High? Them pictures been really great, actually. Like, they have really been some really cool pictures of, like, all of the old school, like, stuff. Old Chicago when black people was, like, black people in Chicago. Like, when we was, like, for real, like the majority, like when it was 1.2 million black people here. Can you imagine that, Riis? Like it was at one point, it was double the amount of black people that live here now. No, Brandon, I don't know about that. I see more. Well, I'm gonna stop. I still see. Yeah, I see Riis over there with the melded, like the mix, Riis, and we got that blonde, he got the blonde, you dig, in the back, you know what I'm saying? He be like, what a 2 on Holmes?
Gotta blend in.
Right, and you live in one of them blended areas. That's why I said, like, you probably like a Spanish, let me stop.
Luchador or something. Luchador for life.
Oh, we see Riis at the Puerto Rican Day Parade, jumping on black people. Oh, God. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I think I'm still high from the... No, guys, I mean, on a natural high from the telethon, and I'm just glad to be back in the studio, too, because it was a little different. But, Riis, I also had so many more visions for shows that could come out of that, Lil, you dig? I think we got to be really intentional about, like, lighting and all of that stuff next time, because I think we really had a show, like a real good show, that I wish now, looking back on the video, we should have thought about the video post-production. But what I will tell you is, here's what I know. Well, I'm not going. It was a great show. Thank you to everyone who came out. Let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we will finish these headlines and then get to the social media question of the day. This is the Maze Jackson Show, and then don't forget, 7:00 we are going to play the extended "What's in It for the Black People" remix version of "What About My Love." Y'all, it's gonna be great. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP.
Church Chicago's Power Hour. I'm your host, Angie Mims, and
Terrence Keys, TD, a.k.a. Terrence Daniels.
I wish I had one witness in the house.
You got one. You got a couple of them.
Got
two T's.
Give me a testimony.
Oh, Lord. He's did it before. Oh, Lord.
I got one. Better. I got 5 reasons.
5 reasons. Oh, Lord. He turned it around.
Turn it around. He woke me up this morning.
Oh. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Go
number
ahead.
4.
He woke me up this morning.
Come on, number 3. Come.
He woke me up.
Oh, Lord.
He woke you up.
That thing can touch you. One of them 5s will get you. What's the second one?
He woke me up this morning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
And the number one reason.
Number one. Final answer.
He woke me up this morning.
He woke me up this morning.
That's a testimony.
That's a testimony.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, and I want He's making me to lie down in green pastures.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:37 a.m. And I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. In sports, the Chicago Blackhawks will beat the Canucks 1-0 over to the NBA. The Chicago Bulls storm back in the fourth quarter as DeMar DeRozan drops 31 and Bulls win 109-103 against the New York Knicks. In the NFL, the Chicago Bulls lose late in the fourth quarter, 16-13 to the Baltimore Ravens. Now with the traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop, 20 minutes outbound to O'Hare 16 on the Edens. From Deerfield to Exchange, 28 minutes outbound will be the same. On the Eisenhower, it's 30 minutes both direction. That's Thorndale to the Loop as well as back out to Thorndale. On the Stevenson is also 29 minutes in both directions. That's from I-355 to the Dan Ryan as well as outbound. The Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 32 minutes. 30 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 15 minutes to the Loop, 14 minutes back out to 95th on DuSable Lakeshore Drive south. 55th to Jackson as well as Jackson back out to 55th will be 7 minutes and 8 minutes north. Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr back out to Randolph. Today's weather is currently 27 and clear. Today will be a high of 36 with the low of 25. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's Shine on Me here on the Maze Jackson Show.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. That's my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. What is that? That is Shine. There's a
Shine on Me.
That's nah, they messing. If y'all know me,
Put a little house with it.
no.
Oh. That's what I got out of it.
No. You know that song though, right? That's Reverend Bass song.
Yeah.
Nah, that's the Reverend Bass original. Like, that's the song that make me go to church. That's one of the songs that made me go to church, the original version. So they threw me, I don't like house music. But I'm gonna say this. When I heard, I was like, that's my song. You gotta hear Reverend Bass get shine. Then it'd be like dun dun. Man, anyway. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Shout out to I'm not even shouting out Church Chicago. They didn't even come. It's okay, though. It's all right. 'Cause I started to leave a bill in the seat. I started to be like, all right, that will be $500. We'll take a $500 donation from church in Chicago. Because, you know, on the first Sundays, it's tithing Sunday, the first Friday. And I had noticed that your offering plate was a little light, so I will invoice you for your tithing offering. And remember, at the Church of WIIFTBP, the tithes, because we get you closer to God, are double the price. Just double. I am Minister Mays. Y'all check me out every Sunday from 6. It seems as though I'll be on from 9 to 10 very shortly. I see the Board of Trustees is going to have to visit and make sure that you all understand how we do here at the Church of WIIFTBP. This is the Mays Jackson Show, and I'm back. It's the Mays Jackson Show. Hey, Riis, couple more headlines real quick before we get into the social media question of the day. Did you see the casino bids are opened up? What I want to understand is, how does Neil Bloom get 2 out of the 5 shots? Like, how do you get 2 bids? It's only 5 bids and you in 2 of them. Don't that seem like kind of fixy? Like, it's kind of fixed. Like, you put, can you play 2 hands of poker at the same time? In the same game?
Not really, unless you're cheating real good.
I mean, can you say, I'm going to put a hand in and a hand in, and whichever one win, I get the most money? And if you got the money, you could play 2 hands, so you could just beat everybody out just because you got enough money to beat everybody out on GP. You could raise twice. You could ask double. You could shift. You could be like, well, we negotiate. That ain't what I said. That's what Chicago boy. Lord have mercy, Jesus. It's the Mays Jackson Show. Did you see the Proud Boys are popping up in local debates now? They showed up in Downers Grove, and they were involved in this queer gender book. Have you seen this story about the book, Queer Gender, or something along those lines, where they got pictures of queer gender stuff in the school, and there's a big fight because parents are saying, we don't need you can have the book, we don't really need the pictures. And so the Proud Boys showed up to the meeting, and now the parents are like, we ain't them, but they support our cause. So it's going to be interesting to see, Riis, and I think it's going to play out. What I was thinking about was what it means to the kids, because they said the Proud Boys were at the meeting, and the kids were there. Now, remember that video of that black girl we showed, or the white girls talking about the black girl? Here, maybe I should show it to you. Here, in case you forgot. Riis, I'm gonna play this video just because I think it's important that y'all remember this. Riis, please, if you are easily offended, please turn your ears down. But here we go, Riis.
No one wants niggers. No, I'm sorry, you are so dark that you.
Yeah, that's you.
And you're so hot.
You can't get anybody.
You're not. You're so.
It's already stored inside.
You can.
It ain't the road.
Rot in hell. You
play?
Made them leave.
It is playing.
You dark ass nigger. Dark ass chocolate bar. Get the out of here. Can't get anybody because nobody likes niggers. No one likes niggers.
Let me go back, because I think this is important to put in perspective what's happening now and how this could play out in the suburbs.
No one wants niggers. I'm sorry, you are so dark that you can't. And you're so hot.
You can't get anybody.
You're not.
You're so ruin someone Kendall's life.
You can rot in hell. You made them leave. You dark ass nigger. Dark ass chocolate bar. Get the out of here.
No, I'm sorry. Can't get anybody because nobody likes niggers.
No one likes niggers.
Nobody likes them.
No one likes them. Kill yourself. yourself right this time. Do it right.
Please,
Cut deep enough. Cut deep enough this time. Please. Or tie the rope higher. Like, what? What the? Yourself. Kill yourself. You made on summer league. Kill yourself.
So, you remember that video?
Oh, yeah.
So I was just thinking about being a black student in a school where these cultural debates are now moving into the space of, Riis moving into the space of the Proud Boys getting involved. It's a gender fight. It's a moral fight. But I do feel like they were talking about, the students were saying that the Proud Boys were sitting behind them while they were expressing their opinions and snapping on them. Now, my challenge is, who protects the black kids in these scenarios? Like, if the Proud Boys are sitting in your city meeting, you know what I'm saying? Like in your school board meeting, and they sitting in the back with a group of them, who is there to protect the interests of the black kids that are there? And I'm not there, and it's a conundrum because I'm not there to protect I don't know that they need to be teaching all of the same things in the school, but there's a double entendre. So I'm going to talk about it in relation to this Kyle Rittenhouse thing and what we need to be doing, or not what we need to be doing, but just thinking about how this all plays out. And speaking of that, Riis, December 18th and 19th, we are having a concealed carry class. All black. We're going to be doing it at TP. It'll be a $250 fee, but you will get everything done on site, right? You'll be your one-day training, plus then we'll leave the next day and go to the range, and you will get we're going to do it all in one weekend. So I'm looking for 20 people who want to join me in taking a concealed carry class. It will be black-specific, black instructor, everything done on site, and it will get you certified in multiple states. So if you are interested in that, stay tuned. There will be information posted shortly. But I just think that we need to be thinking about a lot more and just being a little bit more cognizant about our self-defense. Finally, did you all see the Sun-Times today? If you have not had a chance to look at the Sun-Times, check out the digital version if you have a subscription, or grab one. Byron Allen teamed up with Bobby Rush and took out a 2-page ad in the Chicago Sun-Times calling for the firing of the McDonald CEO. And they listed all of the board members, and then they called him a racist, and they did a whole bunch of stuff. And guess what it was all based on? The same meeting that the black preachers had to absolve him. And so now what I want to tell y'all is, and so I had posted last week, should he have been able to say it? You know, some black people defended his right to say it, right? I really think that I don't know how much love. First of all, I like McDonald's because it taught me a lot. But I want to say within this whole, regardless of how you feel personally, within this, there is an opportunity for black people to extract. Does that make sense at all? Like, he may have said what he said, but he wasn't supposed to say it out loud or get caught saying it. He got caught. That's just the rules of the game, right? You can't say politically incorrect. True or not, you can't say politically incorrect stuff. Fair? Okay, so if you understand that, then you understood the reason why, because the CEO understood the reason why. Well, now, Riis, so our preachers gave it up and said he was okay. Byron Allen teamed up with Bobby Rush. They put a 2-page article in the news, in the 2-page spread, calling him a racist, calling for his firing. And guess what that's going to mean, Riis? It's going to mean that Byron Allen is going to take advantage of the opportunity that black people here gave away for some turkeys and hams. I'm going to talk about that at 8 o'clock because, yeah, I need for y'all to understand the game. It's like sometimes we be shooting ourselves in the foot. We be so ready to criticize ourselves that we miss the opportunity to move ahead. And it's like, can I tell you, no matter, that CEO don't love you. He don't care nothing about you. And the moment he gets past this, regardless, we would have never got his attention or his need to have to repent for not this opportunity. Some of us would take him off the hook and say, catch and release. Right? Some people say, hey, give me a couple dollars, we'll release you. Some people would say, God just say we should forgive. That's tend to what our preachers be. And some people, like Byron Allen, say, I could get hundreds of millions of dollars in advertising dollars from McDonald's, even if the dude don't stay. And now check this out. What's going to be so crazy is, as the black media has been starved out of Chicago, y'all going to give our money to, y'all going to give the money away to Byron Allen nationally. Shout out to Bobby Rush for teaming up with Byron Allen. But I think Byron Allen don't get the, so do y'all understand this? I'm sorry. I'm going to quit. It's the Maze Jackson Show. There was an opportunity there. We're going to talk about it, right? It was just an opportunity, right? Like, even if he knew he had to apologize, y'all think white people just be apologizing because like, no, they don't. He understood that there was something there that sometimes if it ain't your fight, just he don't need to, because guess what? He gonna take your statements and be like, see, they say it's true. Shoot, Bobby Rush got with the right team. And he a preacher, but he sure got with the right team on this one. It's to make, I was gonna do it, but I ain't gonna do it, Riis. Cause he had the never mind. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Hey Riis, you wake back there, you got the big, two things we didn't do. First thing we didn't do is we did not get the soul plane off the ground. So I'm gonna stall until you got it ready. But let's get this bad boy up and away. Let's get it off the ground. Let's get it up to 60,000 feet. This is the Maze Jackson Show. You are on the soul plane. DJ Riis the Ruler, Mr. Business in the front, party in the back. Maze Jackson flying this bad boy. We gotta get. Where we going today? Where you want to go? Where we want to take the plane? You want to go to Bama? Let's see. Yeah, you know what? What you thinking? You want to go to Bama? Let's go. I think we can get to. Let's go Louisiana. Let's go New Orleans. We gonna fly to New Orleans and we gonna be back in this trip, right? So in the meantime, Riis, now that we up and away, I'm gonna need you to do double duty and get me with the social. I need the big voice, man. Give me the big voice if you got it ready. Let's do that.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Do black people expect justice in the court system?
Not at all.
Do black people expect justice in the court system? Because, Riis, there was a lot of black people who, I don't want to say feigned outrage, but acted outraged. Not acted, felt outraged because, Riis, Kyle Rittenhouse got off not guilty. And I'm going to tell you, that I was completely ambivalent to the jury, to the outcome. When it happened, I was like, I'm telling y'all, but I mean, I think I had done the show telling you we knew it. But if we don't expect justice in the court system, then why are we so outraged over what happened, over this not guilty verdict? I can't think of a time when it's part of the conundrum that we have as black people, right? So I will maintain to the end of time that OJ didn't do it, regardless of what I believe. You know why, Riis?
How come?
Because I'm just glad he got away with it. He beat the system for so many people that didn't do it and did. And I feel like am I wrong, Riis, for it's like it's almost a surprise when we do beat the system. When we don't get convicted rightfully or wrongfully. When the public defender says that we released more people from death row than we killed, when I was just thinking about a conversation we had with the public defender. Remember, Riis, and he said the system is set up to make you go to jail from 6 to 30 years. We saw 13th, where you no longer have your rights when you become a prisoner. And so we understand all of the narrative about making you a slave again. But when have we ever expected real justice in the courts? We have watched black people be killed time and time and time and time again on video, shot in the back, choked out, left to die in the middle of the street, shot 16 times, shot over the shoulder behind the, right? All of And I have to ask, when have black people ever been able to expect justice in the courts? And then when you look at the verdict of the Kyle Rittenhouse case, what was surprising? What about his ability? Did you feel a different type of way when you found out that he could kill white people too? That white people could be killed too? And I feel like we have made these two guys the symbol of our justice because we know we ain't getting none. So we want to be outraged because these two white guys were murdered defending us. No, they wasn't there to defend us. They knew it was time. They got their own thing going on. We just became the catalyst for them to get to mix it up. Remember the Warriors? Greasers and the Socials? That's what was happening. Did you see any black people in not the Warriors, in Outsiders? Nope, not one. But you was involved in the movie. You watched it. You was like, let's do it for Johnny. But you got to remember, you was watching the movie. You wasn't included in the movie. Did them white boys ask the people from Kenosha? Who did they tap in with from Kenosha that was in with the Blake family? Was they doing their own thing? Was they on their own program? Or were they in a coordinated effort with the family? Whew. So I got much respect for the Blake family. Right? They're my own people here from here. But I don't want to see any black people take any L's for any white people's fight. And I feel like because we know we're not going to get justice in this case, we've already been denied justice. Remember, none of the cops have been charged. They were exonerated from what they did. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Look, we're going to take a quick break. Riis, you're going to do news, traffic, and weather, and then are we still connected on the road? Then we're gonna have a special extended What's in It for the Black People version of Dante Hall. And What About My Love? We'll be back after news, traffic, and the weather.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP. If you're a business professional, have you ever wanted to multitask on your way to an important meeting instead of navigating through traffic? Fellowship Fleet Limousine and Bus Company is your solution for chauffeured ground transportation. Our company provides sedans, SUVs, stretch limousines, vans, and buses for corporate travel, airport transfers, and group shuttles. If you're a corporate travel manager, individual business professional, event or meeting planner, relax. Let us take the wheel. Visit fellowshipfleet.com to book right now.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:03 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. In sports, the Chicago Bulls will storm back in the fourth quarter as DeMar DeRozan drops 31 to lead the Bulls to a 109-103 victory against the New York Knickerbockers. Over the football, the Chicago Bears will lose a late game 16-13 to the Baltimore Ravens yesterday. And in NHL, the Blackhawks will shut out the Canucks 1-0. Over the traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop is 33 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 19 on the Edens. Inbound from Deerfield to Exchange will be 38 minutes. Exchange back out to Deerfield, just 28 minutes. The Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop is 39 minutes. Outbound to Thorndale will be 31. The Stevenson is 41 minutes from I-355 to the Dan Ryan and 35 minutes outbound. Over to the Bishop Ford on the I-80 to the Dan Ryan will be 31 minutes, 38 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is still the same as 15 minutes to the Loop, 14 minutes back out to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive, the south side, 55th to Jacksonville, the Jackson back out to 55th is still 7 minutes, and the same thing 8 minutes north. Randolph to Bryn Mawr, and Bryn Mawr back out to Randolph. Today's weather is currently still 27 and clear. Today will be a high of 36 and a low of 25. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's Maze with a live Dante here on the Maze Jackson Show.
I sing gospel backgrounds for Donald Lawrence, Yolanda Adams, different people. And my father, he's just one of them. He was an usher in the church. My mama was from the church, but he was the usher. She had to make him come. He said, you always singing for them gospel. I don't want to say what he said, but gospel, well, whatever. And he said, you should do, your voice though is gospel, but regular. So you should do the regular song with it. And he was like, won't you redo Johnny Taylor? And he wanted me to redo Who's Making Love. But I said, I don't want to do that. I said, but what about My Love? Maurice Mahan had told me I was doing open mics, and he had taught me the song on the phone. What about my? Like he taught me the whole song. So give it up one more time for Maurice Mahan, because he didn't have to do that about 15 years ago. And then I recorded it, did a video for it, first round Grammy nominated. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. And now y'all are here. The band is here. If y'all ready, I'm ready.
you wanna leave. Think it over, baby. Girl, I believe. I think you just might wanna, change. Ain't no lie. You don't need that ain't right. Hey, do me a favor. Give it up for yourself. One time for Ray Jackson. Happy birthday to everybody. Step on. This is what I told you. What kind of way is that to treat your man? Oh, when I gave all that I never had, you got to go and do changes. I'm with you. Before you walk up in the girl, are you sure you wanna leave? Think it over, babe. Girl, I believe. Listen, I've been the devil. Might wanna change your mind. She don't need me Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Oh, God. I had a conversation with her. It was something like this. Before you leave out the door, oh, before you leave out the door, baby, won't you change your mind? Hey, I'll do better if you change your mind. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Oh my. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Oh my. I had a conversation. You want something like this? Before you leave out the door, oh, before you leave out the door, baby, won't you change? Baby, won't you change your mind? Hey, baby, won't you change your mind? Now look, I was praying to God. I said, Lord have mercy. Ooh, 'cause I need you. Yes, you. I know we can be happy. Baby, won't you change your mind? Come on, y'all. I'll do better if you change your mind. You got my love. You don't need it. You don't need it. Come on. You got my love. You gotta take it on. Take it on back. You don't need
Hey, break it down, y'all. Wait a minute. 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 Okay, so look, y'all know the record, right? So why don't we do a What's in it for the black people remix right quick? We ain't practiced. This is all off the dome. Can we do it right quick? So look, come on. Back in the day, I ain't gonna leave y'all fellas. Back in the day, James Brown would have something called The Bridge. Now y'all know the song don't have a bridge, right? This song ain't got no bridge, right? But what if we did it for the black people and made a bridge right now? But look, I want you to know, it's a democracy. So I'm going to ask you something, and if you want to do it, just, can I take it to the bridge? You can. Can I take it to the bridge? Yes, you can. Can I take it to the bridge? Yes, you can. Can I take it to the bridge? Can I take it to the bridge? Yes, you can. Can I take it to the bridge? Yes, you can. Can I take it to the bridge? Yeah. Please tell me that you love me. Please tell me that you love me. Oh, no. Please tell me that you love me. Please, to the side. Baby, won't you change? Shit, we done got that record. Baby, won't you change? What see that remix we just did? Baby, won't you change? Hey! Baby, won't you change? One more time to the bridge.
This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Riis, baby, won't you change your mind?
You had to be there to really, man, feel it.
Yeah, hey, man. Hey, Dante, that was a one-turner burner. Now, we got to go back through Riis and pull that audio and re-up it, because the audio sounds much better here than it does coming across this. So I don't know what we need to do, because I don't know if it's like it's coming through one channel or whatever. But I'm just telling you, that performance, please tell me that you love me. Boy, if you could have seen them people, baby, won't you change your mind? Riis.
We gotta have to get that and add it to the collection. But we're gonna have to, we can only play that in the morning. You know how we get ready to go? It's so long.
Hey, man. That's got to be the intro. Yeah, I can see that. Baby, won't you change your mind? Riis.
Don't miss the next one, y'all. The next one that we please, don't miss the next one. You never know who'll show up.
Hey, man. It's all right. It's like people was calling me like, man. Nah, dog. You knew what time it was. I called you before. People be trying to shout out to the Book of Dawn. Let me send a big shout out to all the people who made it happen. First of all, did y'all shout out to Fellowship Fleet Limousine and Bus Company and Travis Latham for his support, man. He gave us like his commercial sound all official, Riis. He gave us like a real commercial. Shout out to Solo Beauty Supply. You know Nidra Williams always day one. Paula Smith. Some of y'all know as I can't say. You know she another one. What your name is? Intoi Dumela. Shout out to Cassandra Mass. You see Cassandra Mass big ball, and she said, if y'all raise another $1,000 in the next 10 minutes, I'll match it. But y'all raised $1,000. So we doubled our money right there. Shout out to Angela Kilpatrick. Angela was dropping them 500s like they was, all right, I see you out there. For amplifying their donations. Man, I had such a good time. Shout out to What Your Name Is. They was around there. Did y'all see them? You saw What Your Name Is? Shout out to Devin. And Ness came off the stage and Ness was like, I'm regulating. Ness, Riis. I got terrorism too. So I got that too.
I bet what you didn't peep though, it was so second nature to him. While he rapping, he's throwing up the diamond. You see, that's what I told. He said, "You know what? I didn't even know it." I said, "The whole time you rap, you put your arms out. You just throwing Noop all over the stage, bro."
I was like, the bros probably was like, "All right, it's all good." But I'm super proud of Ness too, man. Riis, we did that last week. We actually did.
One a many.
Yep. It was funny. I was watching it's interesting to watch the people who popped in and popped out. But I seen them, they was popping. So I was like, you gotta pay. If you gonna go give reports, you gotta pay for the report. Right? That's why I'm about to be like, we about to start. If you gonna get content from me, you're gonna have to start paying me for it. So I'm gonna start putting y'all behind the paywall. It is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Ruler. Riis, I want to get into coming up. We got the Ness video, Loch Ness Monster, coming up too, Riis, with terrorism. But check this out. Kyle Rittenhouse gets off. Turn off the road for now because I want you to open up the phone lines. I want to talk about this. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Kyle Rittenhouse got off. I can't tell you that I was surprised. I expected it. He was found not guilty on all counts. Riis, did you watch the video? Did you watch any of the cameras or any of the video of Killer Kyle?
Not at all, man. I already.
So let me tell you something. So the first thing is, so here's the thing. Killer Kyle was about to get his head knocked off with a skateboard. Right? Like, if I was to tell you that I watched the video and I had a gun at the same thing and the same thing was happening to me, I'm not going to lie and tell you I wouldn't have shot to pull the trigger. But that, my friend, is not my place. Right? Like, I don't feel like in the midst of this white-on-white crime that I, Maze Jackson, nor do black people need to involve ourselves in this issue specifically. Now, perhaps that seems a bit callous, but I don't know specifically what our business is in this issue. Right, Salim? Killer Kyle did say he is a supporter of Black Lives Matter. That's why I'm going to be watching Tucker Carlson tonight, because I'm watching that interview. But I got to ask you, what business is it of black people's? I would argue. So here's what I see happen. Jacob Blake was shot by the police. The black people of Kenosha in the daytime went to protest, march, etc. At night, when the mayhem occurred, there was a battle between white criminals and white criminals. There was a battle between white criminals. Right? Like the white guys I feel like there was the greasers mounted up and said the socialists are going to be in Kenosha tonight. Let's go. Now the socialists would be Killer Kyle and them. Right? The whole crew that was organized, weapon trained, that hit the call and said, we're going to Kenosha to defend the property, as is our duty as socialists. The greasers, feeling as though this was an opportune time for them to take a whack at the socialists, went up to Kenosha, where they had a giant greasers versus socialists battle. Now, if the greasers were with the black people, then who authorized them? Right? Like, y'all ever notice how we have protests and then it be the white people that show up that be instigating, that got the best signs, the biggest pictures, the biggest banner, and everybody be taking pictures and it seem like they're there for our fight, but they're really kicking it off? Do y'all ever notice that? It's like RevCom and groups like that and anarchists. And I'll never forget when we did the Black Friday March. And it was the first time that I realized that, like, there really are anarchists. Like, in Chicago, in these places that want to throw bombs, that want to cause violence, that are, like, I didn't realize it was like a thing. Like, I thought it was people in the basement. I didn't know they actually had meetings. And when I looked at that, I remember them being in our meetings as we was planning Black Friday, and they was talking about, yeah, we're going to bring bombs and we're going to, well, let me not say that. But they was talking crazy. And so I have a much different understanding. And I want y'all to think of, instead of thinking Black Lives Matter, I want you to think Occupy. Do y'all remember the Occupy movement? Remember that? Like, when the Occupy, when the white folks decided that they was going to fight back and they was going, right, and they started throwing bombs and bricks and they was busting windows. I need for you to understand that this fight was not between, like, when you think Black Lives Matter, think Black Lives, and you know what I think happened as I think about it? The Occupy movement decided to morph itself or hide itself within the Black Lives Matter organization. And so, Riis, my question becomes, what did that really have to do with us directly? Because if I look correctly, and you said that black people don't expect justice from the court system, then why do we feel a certain way for Killer Kyle? Did we feel like the Occupy people were there to defend us?
I really just think that for me is more if it don't matter if it was the other way around. Like, no matter who, if a black man could have been defending whoever, you know, we didn't seen us go or get shot or, you know, or get killed for less, you know, go to jail.
Haven't we always though, Riis?
Exactly. So it's like sometimes we want the white people to go to jail for less. Like, we don't care who he was defending. If it was the other way around, it would have went the other way around. And that's what black people want to say. Like, we want the fairness.
So we want vicarious sympathy. We want vicarious justice, right? Because we know we ain't getting it.
Right.
So we know we ain't getting it. So anybody that look like they own our team, we hope that they get it. And by default, they're getting it means that there's some justice in the world. Is that what you're saying?
Or maybe we could see a change. It's, you know, maybe we could see a change and let them know, hey, you know, maybe it ain't still how it is. Or maybe maybe the world is changing a little bit. But now
for white people, you ain't saying it for black people, though.
No, that's what I'm saying. So, like, if we get justice, then, like, maybe we can see, like, not like justice, but
we get justice out of...
don't, but if he get locked up, then he's like, oh, okay. You know, but to not get locked up be like crazy, because if the black man, it would have been killed, first of all, because he's walking down the street holding a big old gun. Like, then to, like, get off,
So can we agree that black people want vicarious justice? Can we agree that black people want... You all right back there? I hope that ain't COVID. You been out, man? You been wearing your mask?
I don't go outside.
All right, man. So I guess we want vicarious justice. Because equal justice, we know we ain't... Nobody in this trial gets black people equal justice. So can we agree that black people would be happy with the concept of are looking for vicarious justice through this? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Killer Kyle. What that got to do with black people? What that got to do with black people? Killer Kyle, the Greasers and the Socials had a battle. Right? I love the movie The Outsiders. But I am cognizant of the fact that nowhere in the movie was there a black person. They ain't in Oklahoma at that. Tulsa. Damn. And so I'm not. See, I don't want the concept to be that in the event that Killer Kyle went to jail, he would have gone to jail because they value white people's lives more than they value ours. I just don't know exactly. Well, I do have some concepts on what this means for us, and we'll talk about it. But I want to hear from you. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Riis, give me a quick break, and then we'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP.
If you're a business professional, have you ever wanted to multitask on your way to an important meeting instead of navigating through traffic? Fellowship Fleet Limousine and Bus Company is your solution for chauffeured ground transportation. Our company provides sedans, SUVs, stretch limousines, vans, and buses for corporate travel, airport transfers, and group shuttles. If you're a corporate travel manager, individual business professional, event or meeting planner, relax. Let us take the wheel. Visit fellowshipfleet.com to book right now.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water. And I think of all the things, what you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. But won't you Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Did you have to go to jail? Put your house on up for sale. Did you get a good lawyer? I hope you didn't catch a tan. I hope you find the right man who'll fix it for you. And are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair. Are you busy? And did you have to pay that fine that you've been dodging all the time? Are you still dizzy? Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Oh, stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over there? Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you're doing. In my head I paint a picture. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over there?
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Shout out to the Salim Muwakil. You know, I be feeling like he hear doo-wop and Salim go back into his mode. Shout out to Salim. It was great to see you at the broadcast. Shout out to the brother. You know, I love when the brothers be who support us. Thank you, Salim. No discounts, no refunds. But I do want to tell Salim, thank you very much for coming and blessing us on Friday at the broadcast at the Telethon Riis. Anybody on that phone line? They don't want to talk about Killer Kyle? They quit. They said no? All right, well, I'm going to let them go because I think this, right? Riis, I think that, give us a call, 872-259-7474. What black people got to do with Killer Kyle? Now, Riis, to me, Jacob Blake was our issue. Right? And this is one of those cases, in my estimation, where we've forgotten the primary and moved on to the secondary. Do you remember when Joe Biden was flying into town and Kamala Harris and everybody was there? I mean, because Jacob Blake was right after George Floyd, right? And I don't know that we expect justice for Jacob Blake. As a matter of fact, I think justice has the opportunity for justice for Jacob Blake has passed. How? Riis, because the police officers weren't even charged with misconduct for shooting him. Right? So, I don't want to say our fight is over there, but that was the justice for Jacob Blake does not run through Kyle Rittenhouse. And I feel like that's essentially what happened. I feel like they wanted to take, okay, respectfully, Jacob Blake presented a conundrum for liberal whites to defend. Right? Based on the charges, based on the scenario, based on the history, I don't know that they wanted to have that fight. Does that make sense? Right? Like, he was accused of, right, whatever, and dragging the baby mama in it and all types of issues, turns this into a complicated situation that doesn't fit easily into a narrative, if that makes any sense. Right? They accused him of a domestic abuse. They accused him of a variety of different things. So the challenge for liberal white folks who want to utilize this situation to draw our ire is they can't sell it to white suburban moms. It doesn't fit nicely in a package. Right? They could find themselves having to defend not what happened, but Jacob Blake, and that doesn't make it very convenient. So, essentially, Kyle Rittenhouse becomes positioned as the white supremacist, proud boy, blah, blah. And I'm not saying that he's not. But to me, he remains a Soch. Did y'all see any Blackstone Rangers in The Outsiders? Right? Because Riis, the black people was on their part of town. Like, when that joint went down, it's just the same way it was in downtown Chicago. Like, black people is down to march. They down to, mix it up a little bit. But when you looked at who was climbing up the buildings, busting windows, fighting the police, it wasn't the people off the block. It wasn't the people from the neighborhood. Now, they went in them stores eventually. But Riis, the people that was fighting the police was not black people downtown. These black deaths become meetup places for the left. And when I say the left, I'm talking about the Occupy Antifa, who have cloaked themselves in the label of Black Lives Matter, willingly, with the assistance of Black Lives Matter, versus these neo-militant groups that exist. See, I believe that there is actually a civil war going on right now. It is not a declared civil war, but there are these skirmishes that are happening all over the country. Where do black people fit in this equation with Kyle Rittenhouse? And people are like, Maze, you're being short-sighted. This means that they can kill you. That means that they can kill you at protests. Do y'all remember when they marched through Mount Greenwood and they had to get police to escort them out on the bus because the white folks was going to kill them? Remember? I just think we got to be careful that we don't allow this situation. This is not what we get riled up about. Let the white folks have this fight. Respectfully. I don't know that black people should serve as I don't know that those two gentlemen are the proxy fight that I want to be fighting for. I don't know that those are the best proxies for our concern. Sounds kind of crazy to me. 872-259-7474. What role do black people have in this situation? Now, Riis, I'm going to tell you what I do think of in this case, though. I thought about, in this scenario, who's looking out for us? Right? Like, so here's my thing. Like, while everybody is all outraged and, oh my God, Kyle Rittenhouse got off, who's on our defense? You know how we have all of these random shootings and killings and nobody can figure them out? And it's a black SUV that nobody could track, and we've seen all of these reports of CPD having actual members of Proud Boys and people who invaded the Capitol. Riis, what I now start to question is, who is on the black defense program? Who is watching out for us? And you know what I'm gonna take you back to? Do y'all remember Dan Ryan? I think I took pictures. Hey, Audrey, you being trolled, just so you know. You're being trolled. Riis, do you remember when Father Flaker shut down the Dan Ryan? So when Father Flaker shut down the Dan Ryan, I went out to observe, right, and to record it. And when I was out there, Riis, I noticed these white guys, younger white guys, and they had like, you know, them things in the ear, and they had like sunglasses and caps, and they were moving around, and I kind of thought they were police. Right? I thought they were police officers, and they were like communicating, and they were walkie-talkieing, and they were observing, and they were at each of the stops, and they were just doing that thing. And so I was just assuming that they were undercover police until the real police showed up. And when the real police showed up, they told them, because like it was almost like, Riis, we were respecting them as though they were police officers. And then when the real police showed up, they was like, man, if y'all don't get y'all ass up out of here. And then I looked down at the gym, at their shoes, and I realized that for all that uniform, they had on gym shoes or something that didn't make it all match. And it made me say that they were walking amongst us, planning, observing, etc. Let me ask the question. Is there any possibility that white supremacists are operating in the city of Chicago? Like, actively. And have they actively walked amongst us? And then that takes me to the step of, Riis, who's protecting the black community? Right? Remember when we was talking about the girl who was, the Proud Boys showed up at Downers Grove South? It's black people that go to Downers Grove South. When you read the story and you read the account, they were at the school board meeting and they said that the Proud Boys were in the meeting intimidating the students. And I gotta ask you, who's making sure that the black kids, who's doing all these carjackings, from my experience, white people. I got carjacked by a white person. Troll. Anyway, Riis, the question then becomes, who has those black folks back and those black kids back? Because they said it's trickling into the school, into the classes, right? It's trickling into classrooms where students are now wearing Trump 2024 and taking a more proactive stance. And it's funny because it really makes me think of, Riis, the varying levels of white groups that were against black people. Like you had the Ku Klux Klan that was active. You had the citizens, the neighborhood citizens councils, which were like the suburban white people who didn't want black people, and they practiced racist policies. You had the John Birch Society, or the one where the doctors got together and said anytime a black patient comes in, they should not leave whole. So no matter what happens, you perform a surgery, you give them something so that they're right. It was all these varying levels of white supremacy. And I was just thinking, Riis, what's the protection for the black people in those areas? Right? So think about, like I grew up at a place where when we first got there, the black students, the population, we were outnumbered tremendously. And for somebody like me who was in an all-black class, all-white kids by myself, you had to suffer through a whole bunch of different stuff, right? And your parents, I tell you about your parents be thinking they putting you in a great space, but you're under assault every day just based on your race. Then the teachers have lower expectations for you. Riis, who defends... If the Proud Boys is at the student council meeting, who defends the black people? And then when you think about the fact that being in a place like that, where we already know that they have members of the police department who are known white supremacists, who protects our kids? I was thinking about this. See, I feel like sometimes we forget our history. Like, white people could come, white people used to be free to come into black neighborhoods and take who they wanted and leave out. That's Emmett Smith. And if they couldn't, they'd burn the neighborhood down. That's Tulsa. That's Rosewood. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble again. Riis, who defends black people right now? What is our defense mechanism? So if these people if Kyle Rittenhouse, so think about this. I would argue that the Kyle Rittenhouse types were already at the Dan Ryan protest. They just weren't emboldened. Now my question becomes, who in the black community is being vigilant on that space? Riis, I need for y'all to be thinking about the fact that we have these protests now. Where, they said that the Proud Boys movement is exploding across the country. That the dude who showed up at this meeting is the Northern Regional President. They done been at Black Lives Matter marches, brandishing knives and weapons. Who protects the black people in this space? Are we even paying attention like that? Because while we busy defending these white guys, the white guys came armed, Riis. Whether it was their skateboard and the quote-unquote paramedic had a pistol. Because, Riis, they're ready for war. The greasers and the socials are at it. They're using our neighborhoods as battlegrounds. They're using Black Death as the catalyst to meet. And what's unfortunate is, I don't know that the fight with them is actually with us. Now, I'm not saying they're our allies. But I think that there's a war going on outside no man is safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever from these streets that we done took. You're walking right around with your head down, scared to look. You're shook. Y'all better start listening to New Era Radio. Plus, let me tell you what else, Riis. Got me really to thinking. This Kyle Rittenhouse combined with me getting carjacked by a white boy? It made me say that on December 18th and 19th, after talking to Ness and Janess, we are having our first concealed carry class. Okay? It's $250. You got to do 16 hours. We're going to have it at TP. Riis, when you leave, when you're done, you're going to go to, you do all your in-class, then we go to the range. We got to do our shooting. I'm looking for 20 people to join me on December 18th and 19th. Keep it convenient, 54th and the damn Ryan. They got snacks, food. We got to do a whole day of classwork, Riis. Then we in that range. Then 90 days. Clack, 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 clack. What you say? Clack, 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 clack. Now, Brother Devin Gordine says that it should be mandatory that if you're a member of WIIFTBP, that you have your concealed carry, that you know how to use it. I don't know if we're going to go that far, but I do think that I'm going to start pushing. Who defends us, Riis? Like, for real. What role do we have in setting up or being proactive in our defense? If you feel like Kyle Rittenhouse means that white folks can come on the south side and beat the damn Ryan shut down, who's on D? Right? Like, not policing the community, but policing the white people that's in our community. Who gives the white people the passes to be moving around? Because I feel like, right, Riis, white folks get to move around the black community unchecked. You roll around a white neighborhood, somebody's going to ask you what you're doing around here. But with all these murders, with all these killings, with all of this stuff, and now with Kyle Rittenhouse, do white folks feel emboldened? See, do they feel emboldened? Were they at the protest, Riis, or were they out at night? You know what I'm saying? Like, the protest is one thing, which was happening during the day. At nighttime, what they say, the freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out. The freaks come out. The freaks come out at night. They knew. The greasers and the socials knew what time they was meeting up. Not low key. I am a 90s hip hop head. Songs be running through my head every time I talk. I could tell y'all I got a song for everything. But Riis, I gotta ask you, man. Riis, you got your CC? You gonna take the class with us, Riis? I'm trying to get. I
can't.
What's included in the class is your concealed carry, your license, and it's a fundraiser. How about that? Convenience. In the comfort of our own private space. Then y'all know what time it is. It's like it's time we get we ain't price shopping. We supporting the black person who doing it, and we are also making it part of the What's in It for the Black People. We're having it at TP. Right? So I would encourage you all, I'm looking for 20 people to join with me to take this class as we start to think proactively about our defense, right? And then I want to actually have advanced classes. You know, 761, 761st. Corey, I know you're going to call me in a minute and be like, yo, don't forget about 760. Man, I'm just saying, and I really do think it may be time for us to start forming our own sport and social clubs, sports and hunt clubs. Now, you can't be calling me, I'm on air. Sports and hunt clubs on our own blocks. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Riis, go to the live line. I think we got somebody on the line. Who's that on the Maze Jackson? Who's this on the birthday line? Oh, I'm sorry. Who's this on the Maze Jackson Show?
Good morning, Maze Jackson.
Byron! What's up, dog?
Dude, you're over overthinking the whole situation.
Uh-oh.
There's a case in Florida where a brother shot a cop.
A
They kill
case.
him, and he.
Hey, Byron,
Excuse me?
I saw. So let me say this. I saw that case, and I really wanted to bring it up.
You can't.
But Riis, not Riis.
No problem.
So I wanted to bring it up, Byron. But what I want to be clear about, Byron, is that sometimes that one case does not. It's like they put the one case up as it's the norm, and it's really not. I'm super glad that brother got up. But talk to me.
Yeah, I understand. But Maze, come on, Maze. Stop this racism stuff, dude. I mean, come on. Why do black kids, 30,000 of them, leave the city with their parents? Do you know why? It's security and education. Those two things. Right?
I know, man. And all these white carjackers in the city of Chicago, we got to be protect ourselves from them.
No, Maze, forget about those white carjackers. They can get their ass shot one day, okay?
That's why I'm trying to have a class.
Monkeys. No, I got my CSC ready, so I can't make it. I told you I've been having it. I carry a couple of them. But anyway, Maze, you got to focus on these kids getting a good education and getting jobs. We got to focus on that. Let the white. There's a reason why all these kids and their parents are moving to red states. Do you know why? Because of education and security. You don't hear nobody in the red states from black community complaining about racism and carjacking and that kind of stuff because they take care of those people. They put them in jail. We don't. If Wisconsin mayor had not told us police officers to stand down while those businesses were burning down, we would have a different situation. We gotta arrest those people for burning those places down. Arrest them.
Well, it was the white people that was burning it down, though.
Maze, I want you to know this is my deal. Riis, if you was to ask Riis what he really thinks about that situation, he'll give you my side of the story. But you never ask him because Riis is a very clear thinking person. He sits back and he just says little this, little that, but he won't give you the real deal. Because he's scared of you. Because you his boss.
Riis ain't scared of me. Riis like, I know already. Riis, all right. Byron said, Riis, no shade. Riis, talk to me about what happened in Kenosha. That Byron got your back too. So talk to me. What's your thought on what happened in Kenosha? You think what happened, Riis?
About what? About like what you mean by like what?
Okay, so do you think that the black people burned down the buildings or the white people burned down the buildings in Kenosha? Go ahead, tell me the truth. The black people?
Yeah.
Leave him alone. I want to save his job. I want to save that brother's job.
So I don't
we know who really did it, man. We know who really did
so
it.
y'all don't. So let me ask a question. Y'all don't remember seeing like even on the night of George Floyd that they discovered that it was one of the white Proud Boys that busted all the windows and started the fire at the police station in Minnesota. It's like I just feel like we are acting like, and I'm not tripping out. I do believe that there are some things that go crazy, but I do feel like at night, Byron, when we watched, when you watched the uprisings in Chicago, like at night, and when we saw the cities and the buildings burning and the people fighting the police, that wasn't black people. That was white people.
Antifa came behind us. We started the march peacefully, and Antifa came behind us and make us look bad. We got to keep that separate.
And that's my point. But Byron, that's my point. That's who the white boys that they're defending are right now. Those white guys in Kenosha was Antifa.
You made that point. Right, exactly. But don't lump us. When we protest, we got to do like Martin Luther King. Protest during the day. Do not protest at night. Well, they take advantage of us. They're using us in all different aspects of our lives. We cannot allow them to keep using us. We got to refocus.
Okay.
And that guy Riis there, he knows about Trump. Most brothers are going to be voting for Trump in 2024. He knows it. He's not going to tell you that. He told you already he would have voted for Trump. But a lot of his friends are going to be voting for Trump in 2024. But he's scared to tell you that. We all scared to tell you the truth, Maze. You keep going up for this racism stuff. Forget that. We got to focus on jobs and education for our kids.
Man. All right, Byron and Riis. We're going to do the Byron and Riis show. Byron, come on down here. We should do Byron and Riis. Like, that would be good. Like, young and old. Y'all do. Riis might get a big head if he got 2 shows.
Wow.
Right? But I'm going to tell y'all, that might be a good conservative black talk show. We need that in this world. Look, y'all, this is the Mace Jackson Show. Thank you to everybody from WBGX 1570. We probably missed y'all already, but thank you for tuning in. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Riis, you go ahead and do some news, traffic, and weather. We're going to play. When we come back, I'm going to do terrorism. Then you'll do the intro. It's the Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Mace Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP. Oh, man. They done messed around and gave New Era Chicago their own radio show. What they do that for?
You done messed up! So what we doing, bro?
Man, we talking about power.
Did you say power?
Not rights and equality, but power. We ain't begging, we building.
In that order, Chicago, and we got dope segments. Hey, yo, sis, holla at them.
Peace and love, family. It's Sister E of New Era Chicago in the building, dropping the statistics, holistics, and of course the ballistics. Good for the mind, body, and the soul. Let's get it, family.
And this your boy D Cook coming with straight facts. If you don't know, now you know.
And this is your other sister, Omo Oya Music, coming in peace, love, and light, getting real with my people so we can quit with the bull spit.
And this brother E, and I'm gonna wrap it up with the power surge.
Listen, this going down every Wednesday night, 5 to 6 p.m. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's the Black Power Hour, New Era Chicago Radio on What's in It for the Black People Media.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
All love it.
Yeah, I love being black.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 8:05 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports traffic and weather update. In sports, the Chicago Bulls will win 109-103 against the New York Knicks. The Chicago Bears lose late in the fourth quarter, 16-13 against the Baltimore Ravens. But the Blackhawks shut out the Canucks 1-0 to win in hockey. Over the traffic on the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop is 51 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare is 19 on the Edens. Inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange is up to 50 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 28 minutes. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 57 minutes. 38 minutes back out to Thorndale. On the Stevenson is 52 minutes from I-355 to the Dan Ryan and 42 minutes outbound. The Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 44 minutes, 36 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 22 minutes to the Loop, 14 minutes back out to 95th. On the Sabo Lakeshore Drive South is still 7 minutes, 55th to Jackson, as well as Jackson to 55th. On the north side of things, Randolph to Bryn Mawr is 8 minutes. Bryn Mawr back out to Randolph will be 11. Today's weather, it is still 27 degrees, but sunny. Today will be a high of 36 with a low of 25. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's terrorism live here on the Mace Jackson Show.
I think gospel background for Donald Lawrence.
The skin I'm in fit me fine, tailor-made, yeah, I'm comfortable. And so it seems I'm still chasing my dreams. They told me, watch my steps, they want to pull the rug from under you. This is transparency, my life 3D. Live every word that I utter, reporting live from the gutter. Where the mind's hard to change, but we don't give up on our brothers and sisters. Cause we all need one another. The time's getting closer, revolution, feel it coming. I can smell it in the air. Inhale it, let it embody you. Because chances are the cops pull you over, they body you. Plus we don't trust each other, so that's just another obstacle. Why jump hurdles to make a change? It ain't optional. Olympian mindset in this booth with my binoculars. I see my vision getting clear. Justice what a prophet do. My music touch the people's soul. Black power gospel tunes. So many styles, watch me kick them like they soccer moves. Falling rank and file, this is my platoon. Soldiers at attention, ain't no Willie lynching. This the program. Who they think they kidding? Reinvent the system. Total reconstruction of our mental stigma. This ain't a game, boy. Still they think I'm talking about Nintendo's. That's a shame, boy. Augment reality. Better fix your brain, boy. I love my people, hope they love me black. I'm going hard and ain't no holding back. Watch me react. I put my fist up in the skies like a beacon for believers that one day we return to our greatest shit. We seek it all the glory we can obtain it. Keep reaching. I'm painting this picture. I hope you see it. Guess what the theme is? I love being black. We turning up.
Today, the Biden administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
To the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. They was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Look, Ashley Babbitt was with them and told all the people that nothing can stop us. She clapped through that Capitol window, breaching security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater, but she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting the rest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness the history, all because they didn't get a victory. United States, so contradictory. When you get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they go like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws up in this country. You know they gonna tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed for certain rights we are not granted. Look, the media is the culprit when it comes to the comparison. It's when it comes to race, they always changing up the narrative. Terrorism. They call you a patriot, say you a hero. I'll call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know. I call it terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero, but I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know. I call it terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know. I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. Man's favorite part right here.
We just out here trying to get our reparations.
Wicked out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep our peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Looking so sad, it's so sad that COVID caused it so sad. You claim you co-patriotic, but you ain't wearing your mask. You out here wilding with your MAGA flag, just showing you wanna be part of some type of revolution. So, hey, look, you talk revolution and constitutional rights, homie. We forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites on it. Yeah. George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday, man, it's all good. They giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in the part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. Land of the free, home of the brave. 7676. We wasn't free to 1865, so we wasn't part of that. And that's just terrorism. I appreciate y'all, man. Hey, appreciate you. Ruthie. Riis, appreciate y'all, man.
Hey, yo. I call it terrorism.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stoger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Lenders give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm the seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis through in the building. Riis, we got videos, dog. We got action.
We gotta shoot one though. That's what we gotta really do. We gotta shoot.
Nah, I'm through messing with Ness.
We gotta shoot.
Ness, I told Ness I wanted to shoot a video, man. Hey, Joe, can I tell you what though? Real talk, we could shoot a video at the joint. Like we could have a club scene. We could have like, you know what I'm saying? We could really do it.
Yeah, I got the vision for this song can be so.
Oh, now you want to be the director, huh? Oh, let's see. It's like you could be the director. I just gotta get EP.
I bet
it's all good, man. We gotta get Ness. We gotta sign Ness to WIIFTBP Music.
Okay,
right, Ness. You Ness. You want to be our first artist? Speaking of first artist, man, I went to last night. I went to Cat Williams.
It was good.
Okay, so Cat Williams was good because the very first one, the second artist that I signed, DJ Opsky, is the tour DJ. So I'm very happy, but it did get to me at the end. You know, and it just be like, and I was flicking and I was sticking and moving and sticking, and then it kind of, you know, they started leaving at the end. Like, it was like a massive, like, I'm going to tell you, I ain't used to being in crowds like that no more. Like, the whole, and whoever does the parking for UIC, y'all gotta do better. That was ridiculous. Trying to get up out of there. It's like trying to get up, all of them cars trying to get out that little gate. And it's like, y'all not going to open up the rest of, y'all should have opened up every gate and let the people out every single way. And then, you know, it's like when you go to the concert after, you know, when you go to like, it's different when you go to see Adele. Like, it's courtesy, right? Mug's going to be like, excuse me. When you go see Cat Williams, the underground comedy king, hey man, people brought their furs back out. They was popping out. It was a show.
Pimpin'.
It was a pimpin'. It was a show to be, you know, Carrie's like, I miss this blackness. I was like, you know, kind of. And then as we tried to navigate the crowd, Then trying to get out. Like, black folks ain't never. The zipper, everybody could get out. But black folks, it's always somebody that's like, what you gonna do? I'm a pull right here and I'm gonna stick. Y'all gonna let me in. Or I'm gonna sit right here.
For sure.
And my car, I don't care about it. And I'm blowing one. So you already looking at me like, this dude is ready to get out the car and act crazy. I'm here with my lady in my good clothes.
I ain't mean to block you off like that, Maze. You said, that wasn't me. That's definitely me. I'm telling
like, dog, so wait, we all trying to get out the same door. Like, and so there's a spot for you, but you gonna go around if you could just wait, we could all get out. But you gonna go all the way around, and so it's gonna be a log jam, and it's gonna be like, you gonna sit there, they gonna sit there, and we all gotta wait. As compared to just saying, hey, Joe, I'm going to tell you, last night, they lucky I didn't have if there would have been a lawn that I could have drove over, I would have drove straight over their joint. Took the curb and everything. Woo! Black folks, Cat Williams said, though, one of the funniest things he said last night is, he said, this is the COVID safest place ever. Because he said, if COVID could get through this marijuana smoke up in here, then that's a bad-ass disease. That was funny.
I ain't know you could smoke in a comedy show.
You can smoke anywhere these days. Riis, where have you been? Riis.
Been at concerts. No, you can smoke at the concert.
Who gonna stop? At the Cat Williams? First of all, let me tell you, that security, Monterey security, wasn't no. Let me tell you this, Riis.
Downstairs too.
I'm gonna say this. Security the security was around there looking like you could have been assaulted and the security wasn't gonna stop it.
Oh yeah, that's how it is, man. I told you when I went to. I didn't. I said it on my show. I went to the Donda. Literally, it was two big. I'm talking about 6'4", two dudes about 250 fighting each other. Went and got their guys. Had a whole brawl for about 7 minutes. Security walked over them and kept going. These two dudes got up, dusted themselves off, bought them a beer, and went right back to their seat. They didn't throw them out. They didn't stop the fight.
Hey, bro.
They didn't do
anything.
Anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm $15 an hour. I ain't.
But meanwhile, I couldn't take my little fatty packet at all. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
First of all, Riis, don't call it.
It's a one strap. That's what I call it.
But don't call it a fanny pack, Riis.
It's okay.
Riis, you gonna go back to the alley stories, man.
So it's a one strap. I call it. But I know they would like, hey, like, what's a one strap? So I do the logical.
I was actually gonna get me one of those.
You should, man.
I was thinking about getting me like a fresh one, so that when I go like to the airport or something, it's like so I could wear sweatpants and then just have it. But I don't know what kind to get where it be fresh, but like not like I don't want it to be like.
No, you get it, man. They all, man. They good, man. Just get you one. Get you one.
I'm trying to think. Maybe I give me a Toomey.
Yeah,
Carrie probably
Gucci. They want. They ain't gonna say nothing. They ain't gonna say, man. They gonna be like, oh, we got a Gucci one.
But then it'll be like that's so cliche. Like it's like I'd be like nowadays. It's like don't get it twisted. I still like I don't. So what I don't want to do is be like the Gucci thing. I probably would look to see if they got one from Ferragamo. Right? So people don't know, but they know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to be... You know that?
He's everywhere.
Anyway, you can get Gucci at TJ Maxx anyway. You can. You can get Gucci. If you go to TJ Maxx up in Schaumburg, oh, bro. Yeah, you can get... But you heard TJ Maxx, the polo cutting them off. They said, we are through with you. We going to Marshalls. Even though they all owned by the same people. All right. This is the Maze Jackson. Don't forget, concealed carry class December 18th and 19th. I'm looking for at least 20 people. It's $250. Yes, you can get it for cheaper, but you will not be able to support our cause. Everything is a cause to help us raise our money. So any excess will go to the cause of the defense, and we're going to get you to get the insurance and everything.
FOIA cards needed or what?
If you don't have your FOIA card, you can still take the class. And they will get you your FOIA and get you everything else. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. And can I tell y'all something? I really don't be caring about how much it costs. Like, you know what I love the best? When I got something that people be like, ooh, that's so nice. How much you pay for it? I'd be like, $6. You know how some people be like, man, I paid $10,000. I'd be like, you like it? You'll never guess. I got this for $6. That's the best. It's not the best when you be, I paid $10,000 for it. I'd be like, it don't look like it. Whew. Man, can I tell you something, bro? So some of y'all with this Louis Vuitton stuff and this, like, I be wondering, Riis, where do y'all work at? Like, I've been seeing some of this stuff. I be like, where do y'all work at? Or is it Boosters? Because, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Boosters, card crackers, it all depends.
They still crack cards?
What? It's at an all-time high right now.
I feel like if you crack, like, I feel like I don't even know how you crack a card, but it just feel like, that's why I'd be liking to go to stores, because they be looking at me like, look, dog, my joint ain't crackers.
Man, I don't know how to. I just heard that what you need is you just need a certain set of numbers that corresponds with
the card.
Active.
You swipe it. And
you need this thing called a glass, and what a glass is it's a check. So you need a check. You need a check, and what people do sometimes is they take a payroll check and take those numbers off of your check and then correspond with them, add it, change a few numbers, it should go through. And then, but what it is they'll put it in there and then they'll withdraw. So if you've been with a bank for 8 to 10 years or something and you put a check in there, it's going to clear. It's going to clear because you've been with them so long, so much money has been going in and out your account that they will never, look at you. By that time, you probably already robbed them for like $9,000 and then then that's it.
And they don't come get you?
They call you and tell them that you owe them $9,000, but the person that cracked your card probably only going to give you somewhere between like $1,000 and maybe $2,000. That's if they like you, but they definitely gonna make it come up. They gonna tell you, hey man, I can crack your card for $3,000. Now that first $3,000, I'm gonna give you $1,000 out of that $3,000, but the whole time is they gonna put another check in there, and then it's gonna keep going. So the person is gonna keep putting checks in there until they stop it. It's gonna clear. That's just what I heard, though. That's not from experience. That's what I heard.
Whew. All right, y'all. Just want to make an honest living and be rich. If I have to, that's why I ain't cash apping none of y'all. I be chat to watch y'all now.
I mean, they can crack a card from anywhere. Like, I've been at the ATM and they put the little box in your card. That's why if you ever go to like the ATM, before you put your card inside the ATM, always pull out the little port. Like, always try to see if it's a black box over your ATM's thing, because people use them for like card readers. So as soon as you enter your card and your PIN, it's a digital database that steals all your information on that, and then they just gonna swipe it off your card. They gonna go and make a dummy card with your same stuff, and then just go to your bank and withdraw all your money off of it. So it's a lot of ways to really crack a card, man.
The devil is so busy. Can we put that towards black people power? Like, I gotta tell you, man, black people are the most, like, they have cracked it. They have. Come on, man.
Black people, if it's a hustle.
I'm saying, can we put that ingenuity of hustle to make Wakanda?
You right.
Can we make black Wakanda? Because I'm telling you, man, I was watching this video. This brother was making a steak in jail with an iron. And I was like, that looked like you could eat it. He had salt, pepper, garlic. He was hooking it up. He was taking orders.
That's how they make grilled cheese and all that. You just put the iron. This is what I heard again. You just put the iron on it. It's hot, it's heat. What's the difference?
Well, I guess you ain't gonna iron no shirt with it, so you ain't gotta worry about
that off too. It's all the same thing. You just wash it off. That's how you make a grilled cheese. I put the two bread on there. I clean it off from what I heard. And you just put it on the top, and then it's the same thing, same exact thing. What's the difference?
Do you steam it? Do you hit the steam button? Nah, you don't
want to steam it because then you make your bread soggy. There you go. See, you got it.
Lord have mercy. Hacks by Riis that he heard about, not that he knows.
I only heard of these things. I'm a great listener.
All right, Riis. Oh, y'all. So, the McDonald's CEO. Last week we talked about the McDonald's CEO, and he had a meeting with black pastors. In which, in case you aren't familiar, the black pastors had a meeting with Reverend Willie Wilson and a group of pastors. Willie Wilson called in to us last week, in which the pastors said that they had looked at his heart and had forgiven him, right? Riis, I told y'all that was strategically not the smartest move, right? I recognize, so can I start here? I recognize black people are tired of, for lack of a better word, some of the ratchetness that exists in our community. However, that ratchetness tends to be showcased, and that ratchetness exists for white folks too. I just want to be clear. We tend to think that it's only us, but that's really because that's only us that gets showcased, right? So when you at the worst point in your time in your life, they take a picture of you with your hair uncombed because your kid got killed, and then you start to believe these stories. You know who's really good at making me really look at this? Even though she be driving me crazy sometimes, Ready Rock, right? In that every time, like, you want to go in on black folks, she be like, yo, y'all white folks do all the same stuff, and they don't be on TV talking crazy about each other, right? I'm starting to get to that point where I start to understand that, especially after I got carjacked by the white boy, right? Who I was like, oh, you dirt. I don't even want to go through all that, but I'm just telling you. So, and I would tell you that part of when I was thinking about why the white boy got the jump on me, Ready Rock was playing in my head, right? Which is, you know, you always assume the worst for your own people, but not really for anybody else. There's no way in the world that the McDonald's CEO probably does that if it's a white family. He has some empathy if it's a white family. But I gotta say, I don't feel like, remember I used to tell you we don't need to bring a rope to a lynching? I feel like we have more empathy for the McDonald's CEO and the trouble that he's gotten into than the sister that lost her child. We don't know her either. And y'all need to watch Ozark too, so y'all can get a better sense of white people. But Riis, I was thinking about this whole McDonald's CEO, and I was saying that to me, there was an opportunity to extract from him. Not, what do they say? Never let a good crisis go to waste. I felt like that McDonald's CEO understood what his real issue was the crisis of public perception that the CEO of McDonald's could be perceived as an insensitive racist, who the McDonald's CEO, who we would never really have the opportunity to have a conversation, a real frank conversation regarding blackness, etc. There was an opportunity to empower the black McDonald owner-operators. There was an opportunity to get some justice for those black people, those black McDonald owner-operators who were saying how McDonald's processes were racist to them. But we gave it up for a prayer. We gave it up for a prayer. Riis, this morning I opened the Chicago Sun-Times, and there was a 2-page spread from Byron Allen and Byron Allen's media company. And you know what he called for, Riis? He called for the McDonald's board of directors to fire the CEO for racism. Riis, he saw the opportunity that existed.
It's opportunity.
There was an opportunity that if you are not the black person that's going to take advantage of it, be quiet. But you don't need, when black folks feel the need to defend, again, Kyle Rittenhouse and the 2 white boys, we feel the need to defend the white CEO to, like, he ain't, for whatever you feel, whatever we feel like we get for him being able to say that about us, he don't love you no more. And so sometimes we got to know enough to just be quiet. Let the people do their thing. Let the people who are in that business do it. But when he can pick you and say, look, and line up, which is essentially what he did with the preachers. Let me line some people up to say, I'm not really that bad. Hey, brother, you might not be, but you run a multi-billion-dollar corporation that ain't been friendly to black people all the way around. So now that we got your attention, but you know what we did? We gave it away. Meanwhile, Byron Allen I'm going to find it and I'm going to post it, Riis, because Byron Allen put a tube, teamed up with Bobby Rush, the U.S. congressman, and took what was a local issue and are now leveraging it for national power. Meanwhile, the black folks said, okay, we going to give you a pass for hamburgers and Happy Meals. And now the McDonald's corporation is about to have to pay to Byron Allen. So here we are with one of the largest corporations in the world on the ropes. We give them away for a prayer. And then I open up the paper today and see Byron Allen got a 2-page spread in the Chicago Sun-Times. Where does Byron Allen live? No shade to Byron Allen, because he saw what we did. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back after these messages. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP. If you're a business professional, have you ever wanted to multitask on your way to an important meeting instead of navigating through traffic? Fellowship Fleet Limousine and Bus Company is your solution for chauffeured ground transportation. Our company provides sedans, SUVs, stretch limousines, vans, and buses for corporate travel, airport transfers, and group shuttles. If you're a corporate travel manager, individual business professional, event or meeting planner, relax. Let us take the wheel. Visit fellowshipfleet.com to book right now.
The skin I'm in fit me fine, tailor-made, yeah, I'm comfortable. And so it seems I'm still chasing my dreams. They told me, watch my steps, they want to pull the rug from under you. This is transparency, my life 3D. You live every word that I utter, reporting live from the gutter. Where the mind's hard to change, but we don't give up on our brothers and sisters. Cause we all need one another. The time's getting closer, revolution, feel it coming. I can smell it in the air. Inhale it, let it embody you. Because chances are the cops pull you over, they body you. Plus we don't trust each other, so there's just another obstacle. Why jump hurdles to make a change? It ain't optional. Olympian mindset in this booth with my binoculars. I see my vision getting clear. Justice what a prophet means. My music touch the people's soul. Black power gospel tunes. So many styles, watch me kick them like they soccer moves. Falling rank and file, this is my platoon. Soldiers at attention, ain't no Willie lynching. This the program. Who they think they kidding? Reinvent the system. Total reconstruction of our mental stigma. This ain't a game, boy. Still they think I'm talking about Nintendo. That's a shame, boy. Augment reality. Better fix your brain, boy. I love my people, hope they love me black. I'm going hard and ain't no holding back. Watch me react. I put my fist up in the skies like a beacon for believers that one day we return to our greatest sin. We seek it all the glory we can obtain it. Keep reaching, keep reaching. I'm painting this picture. I hope you see it. Just what the theme is. I love being black. We turning up. I love being black. Say it loud, man. I love being black. One more time. I love being black. Hey, hey, hey. Well, how about you? Done sing these tunes too? Customize for you a little something you can groove to. Feeling good about yourself. Melanated mood muse. Always service humble pie. We don't care about who's who. Light brown or dark skin. This right here's for you too. We are the gods of the earth. Living proof truth. Say it loud if you black and proud. I salute you and that's a fact. Where you at? Let me hear you say it back. I love being black. We turning up. I love being black. Say it loud. Man, I love being black. One more time. I love being black. Hey, hey, hey. Super melanation, renovation of our databases. Gotta fix the trinity to make it past the matrix. There's a rabbit in the hole. Your decision, you gon' chase it or just shove it for complacency. Here's your motivation. Black power in your veins. Up to us to build a nation. European mental detox completely we erase it. Cause you can't keep fighting over old information.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Rule in the back. I love being black. Riis, I don't know how to get my people out of their emotions and into the business of strategy.
You gotta show them what's in it for the black people.
Well, what's in it for the black people? In case y'all didn't see it, I'm gonna flash it back on the screen. Rush calls for removal of McDonald's CEO over racist texts about Chicago shooting deaths. McDonald's president and CEO Chris Kempczynski perpetuates toxic racist culture with latest revealed comments and must be fired immediately. Check this out. Media mogul Byron Allen hits McDonald's with a $10 billion lawsuit. $10 billion. Y'all prayed. This man is $10 billion. What he did was he called out the McDonald's board of directors, including by name Enrique Hernandez Jr., Lloyd H. Dean, Robert A. Eckert, Catherine M. Engelbert, Margaret H. Georgiadis, Richard H. Lenny, John J. Mulligan, Sheila A. Penrose, John W. Rogers Jr., Paul S. Walsh, Miles D. White, and Andrew J. McKenna. That's Andy McKenna. Immediately removed Chris Kempczynski from his role as president and CEO now. Byron Allen, media mogul. Protesters condemn McDonald's CEO text on shooting deaths. Chicago Tribune. McDonald's faces racial discrimination suit from 52 black franchisees. USA Today. African-American executives file lawsuit alleging racial discrimination at McDonald's. ABC News. Media mogul Byron Allen hits McDonald's with $10 billion lawsuit. Currently, the race card is being played. And it is. The race card is being played, and you're actually watching how it's being played properly. So, right now, the last thing in the world that any corporation wants to be called is a racist. Okay? This man took out a 2-page spread in Chicago because he talked about, because the McDonald's, now Byron Allen is somewhere else in the world, but he saw the opportunity to force the McDonald's CEO to the table. Now, with a $10 billion lawsuit alleging racism, and then they take these tweets and texts and allow them to be racist, and then you get a U.S. congressman, right? You have now, right now, let me tell you what they're doing. It's called shareholder, they're messing with the shareholders' investments. The return on investment. Shareholders are concerned. Could you imagine if black people decided that they were going to boycott McDonald's? Can you imagine the perception? You know how many, remember when Jesse Jackson hit Budweiser and then got a whole Budweiser distributorship? Right? So here's what we got to look at. See, in the back of the CEO's mind, do y'all think he didn't know he had a $10 billion lawsuit already pending by Byron Allen? And let me show you how the game changed. The racist tweets that some of y'all say ain't racist, call it what you want, happened about 2 Chicago groups, right? Jaslyn Adams, the murder of Jaslyn Adams, a young black girl, and Adam Toledo, little homicide. Right? No, I'm saying the people who fought that fight, where did they come from, Riis? They came from Chicago. And so the absolution should come from Chicago. But we're so busy willing to jump in front and forgive that we didn't take the opportunity to extract. Now let me show you about black media in Chicago. Right? How much money does McDonald's spend with black media outlets? They don't even have any black media outlets really to spend with. Well, sure they do. But if you can, let me read this to you. Byron Allen, founder, chairman, and CEO of Allen Media Group, LLC. What's that? Allen Media Group, LLC. Why is Byron Allen here? Because Byron Allen is going to leverage a 10-year multi-level advertising deal with McDonald's to absolve them. And it may equal $10 billion. If I give you $10 billion, what you think you're going to settle for? Right now, while Chicago is, because he going to put the preachers in front of him and say it's all good. It's so crazy to me, right? Like these corporations, like right now, y'all could have interjected. Somebody could have asked McDonald's what was their role, where are they at on reparations? How much of their foundation came from or benefited from slavery? I don't know. How many of their suppliers? How many of their vendors? You could force a different examination of them. Now, I understand we want to call ourselves out. But can you please tell me, when would we have ever had the opportunity to put McDonald's on the table? And I don't think Jesse's MO was wrong if he would. I'm not going to speak on what he did with it. I'm going to say that you leverage the people when you got them at the table, but our problem is our leveragers leverage for themselves and don't leverage the people in. So that's essentially what Byron Allen is going to do. Byron Allen is going to be able to swoop in and take our lunch from this seat, definitely pun intended. See, I feel like our desire to be fair, our desire to want to, like there's this innate need to be fair and to treat people right and blah, blah, blah. We want to treat people the way you want to be treated, not treat people how they've treated you. African-American executives filed lawsuit alleging racial discrimination at McDonald's. Do you think that's possible that there's racial discrimination at McDonald's? You think? Do you think there's a possibility that there's racial discrimination at McDonald's?
From who? Like just McDonald's?
Period. In the company. You think anybody black that's worked at McDonald's has experienced racial discrimination?
Of course.
So let me ask you a question. When are you going to have a chance to make McDonald's answer the question? When we know that the 52 black McDonald's franchisees say that McDonald's gave them the worst stores and the worst locations with the higher costs. And we had a prayer session. Be clear, the race card is being played. It is being played. But by who? And for who? Think about 52 black franchisees and we saying Chris is okay with nobody talking to the 52 black franchisees. 52 black franchisees, how many black people do you employ? Where are your stores located? What benefit have you been to the community? And what hasn't been said? Did anybody call them up and say, hey fam, See, our desire to be fair to everybody else, we are willing to throw ourselves under the bus to be fair to everybody else. Did we negotiate? If we know that the worst thing that could happen is that you could be called to racism, and the BMO, I think the BMOA has been, well, I don't know what the BMOA has been saying. I think the BMOA is like, man, I don't really want to step up because black folks, like, it's crazy to me because it's like black people tend to not step up because they know black folks are undercut them. Right? So if the BMOA says, man, this was wrong, and they can go to Facebook and be like, no, black people said you should say it. You was good. Nobody wants to run into, like, we can't just, it's more people that's going to say, oh, man, you good, you can say it, instead of just being quiet. Man, I don't know. Don't mess up somebody else's play. I think we want people to make sacrifices for us that we aren't willing to make sacrifices for ourselves. Sometimes we just got to be quiet. If this ain't your fight, you still on green light. So now, we had an incident and he felt the need to comment. Now, I'm going to say it was in private. But I think you got to think about one of the main reasons that black folks don't speak up. I would tell you. You've heard it. You heard elected officials say, cuz I speak up and won't nobody say nothing. How many people will watch you, man, you should have. Tell you how you should have spent your money, how you should have did, whatever. But again, if you was good with the CEO saying it, what does the black McDonald operator say? There's black people out there that agree with him. Trust me, he gonna find them. He found them. I think when we see that our people are suing, when 52 black McDonald owner-operators are suing, there's probably a reason that everybody else ain't saying, because they'll cut your ass off too. So we leave our brothers and sisters out there to hang when we got a unique opportunity to wrap all of this up. But our desire or our frustration, our self-frustration confuses our ability to be strategic. We be so frustrated with each other that we're not able to see clearly. We become emotional and we don't think strategically. That white CEO shouldn't have been able to find comfort nowhere. Nowhere. He shouldn't have been able to find no black person nowhere that said it was okay for you to say that. Man, dog, we can all talk about our mamas, but you can't. And I think when you greenlight it and you say he shouldn't, well, when he say, well, why can't I say nigga? I mean, y'all say it. You shouldn't have to apologize for the same thing. Them niggas' families failed them. He said it politically correctly. Oh, would that be offensive? Again, we can't greenlight them calling us savages. Because that's what he said. He said them savages don't take care of their kids. Y'all understand code? Just like Lori understood code. That's why she didn't truly acknowledge it. She didn't push him back, but she stayed in code. She was like, you're not going to have me on record saying, you're right. Even Lori Lightfoot knew you're not going to have me on record saying you're right. I might agree, but you won't. You not finna have a morning show talk about some. Even Lori got it. I need for y'all to understand, man, this game, we have to take advantage. This is why I feel like I got to teach somebody the dark arts. Because realistically, Riis, I think black people just truly in their hearts and souls want to be loved, and they hope that by loving or latching on to everybody else, that something that we do somewhere is going to make us worthy of being treated fairly. We hope that the McDonald's CEO one day will acknowledge you know what, Riis, I was watching The Godfather this week. It's on Showtime. They running all three. Did you ever see The Godfather?
Of course.
So you remember when Salazzo and Barzini was trying to get The Godfather to do to sell drugs, and The Godfather said no, we're not gonna do it. And then Sonny jumped in and was like, wait a minute, you mean the? And The Godfather turned to him and said, like he said, sometimes my son speaks and his mouth gets ahead of his brain, and you can tell I spoil my kids because sometimes he talks when he should listen. Remember that? Then remember when he left out the room and he said, never disagree with the family in public. Never go against the family in public.
Never go against the family, Fredo.
Never go against the family in public. Never let the people know what you're thinking. And never go against the family. Some of us get pride in being able to say we went against the family. Riis, it's almost the most basic principle that I feel like we learn. Your family could be wrong. Right? Tennille could be wrong as the day is long. But guess what you're not going to do? With me? And I can agree she was wrong. But guess what you're not going to do? You're not finna be sitting up here talking about my sister. Yup. I got some crazy cousins. Yup. They might even have roaches with the sacks coming out their backs. But you're not going to talk about them. I crack all day long. I think that there's somewhere in there we hope that there's going to be some compassion, that they're going to see some humanity in us. That's going to make, they don't see you as different from them. That's the thing I think people be getting confused. Shout out to Reddy. Shout out to Reddy on that, because she has been, they don't see you as this, they see us. They don't see you're a special Negro. In that movie, it said, give it to the colors, give it to the blacks. They're animals. Love the movie, but you see it here. And it's like puppies. You know how you be push a puppy away, and the more you push the puppy away, the more he want to come by you. He want to just get up under you. He want to wag his nose. He want to lick you. He want to make you be, I'm good. Pet me, pet me, pet me. They feel free to, but when it's a Cane Corso blue nose pit that's swole, everybody get on point. Ain't nobody worried about petting. It's like, what do the dog want? We got to stop running up trying to be the puppy, trying to hope that somebody, by doing the dance, by saying some negative things about ourselves, that it's going to make somebody else like us. Nah, dog, you don't get to talk. Whatever's going on in our neighborhood, you don't get to talk about it. And if you ain't consult your black McDonald owner-operators, and you went to Willie Wilson before you talked to them people, or you talked to these 50, shame on you. And Byron Allen is pushing all the right buttons. Byron Allen understood this moment. That's why he put a 2-page, where's Byron Allen from? And how come he got a 2-page paper? Because he did what y'all didn't do. He saw what we did. We got him on the ropes. Put the whole $10 billion in there now. And guess what? if the CEO gets fired, guess what's going to happen with the new CEO? First thing you're going to do is try and go talk to Byron Allen. So, because guess what? Byron Allen is making the way for the next CEO. We could have made the next McDonald's CEO. If y'all forced him out, then guess what? The next man up is thankful. He got, you know how, Riis, you ever had somebody like quit that you liked, but like when they quit, you get a better shot. So you kind of got to be like, damn, I'm sorry this happened, but I'm going to take this promotion. That's exactly what would happen with the next CEO. The first thing the next CEO's job would be to do is to kill all of this stuff. Stop, squash all this. I'm not him. But you know what we did? We patted ourselves on the back because we could point the finger at us. He pointed the finger at us, and we joined in him in pointing the finger at us. I don't know, man. Whew. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I was going to tell y'all some more about the telethon, but I think I done ran out of time. Riis. When do we win, man? When do we win? Does anybody see that there was an opportunity here?
I think we do see it was an opportunity, but then I just think that, you know, like how Willie Wilson said, man, you know, we forgiving people. He said a family forgave the man for saying it, you know.
Did they? Did we hear from the family?
Okay, well, so then we call him Willie Wilson a liar.
I'm not calling him a liar. I'm saying I didn't hear from the family.
Well, Willie Wilson said he talked to the family, so he said that the family forgave him. That's why he forgave him. He said he talked to the family. They forgave me, forgave him, and like it definitely was an opportunity, but I just think some people did feel like he really didn't say something like really, really offensive, but he said something offensive. Like he really just said, "Get your kids."
All I'm saying is, it was a sweet lick.
Yeah, but I just wish that we can, like, I wish we can win without it have to be on the deaths of us. Like we win when George Floyd, you know what I'm saying? Like we win Trayvon.
We didn't win though. What did we win?
I'm just saying, like that's when we get like noticed though. Like
we get noticed, but we don't win. So let's be clear. Being seen and winning are two different things. And I think that's sometimes, like, I think that we hope that we'll be seen and confuse that with winning by being on the same team as the guy the McDonald's CEO is only going to elevate you as long as he got this challenge. And once it's gone, you gone. I do think that it's unfortunate that Black Death, we have to capitalize on Black Death, but it's like everybody else does. And quiet as it's kept, we still don't know what the terms of remember when I asked, how do you get a pass?
Of course you got to pay some, you know what I'm saying? Of course they got some money.
Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. It's my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, Mr. Business in the front, party in the back.
It can be bought, Maze. It can be bought, man. Came over here when we got off the ship, we was bought, and that's all we know. First time we got here, the very first thing they did, they ordered us up and they sold us. We've been on sale since we got here.
Well, can we get a better price? Could we get a better price?
First, we got to start negotiating it. The white man still negotiating our price.
But I'm saying we be busy. We be cutting ourselves out of negotiation. I'll pay less. Nope, we're not. We're not. You know what? Them Negroes over there are less valuable. Look, you know how the one of the truest things I feel Chris Rock said was that there are black folks and there are ninjas, right? And we all agree with that. Not we all, but a bunch of us did. Hey, Riis. It seems like, though, we now are letting the white people say it and agreeing with the white people. It just can't work that way. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, Mr. Business in the front, party in the back. DJ Riis the Ruler. Ruthie Moore will be here tomorrow. We got an action. I don't know if we got an action. Hey, Riis, it's going to be a short week. Actually, might be a long week for you.
I was going to actually, along, what you mean?
What you about to go out of town?
No, I was going to actually ask you, out after, you know.
Wednesday we done for the week. But then you got to work.
Then do what?
You got to work at TP. Anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We figured it all out. It is the Maze Jackson Show. My man, DJ Riis the Ruler. Ruthie Moore will be back tomorrow. Thank you to everybody with the telethon. We're going to continue to put, we're still raising money. So please don't stop. Giving and donating. Look, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show. So for Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Todd, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.